It's just embarrassing. And then like the baby stuff we've been dealing with for a very long time, like Jocelyn and I, it literally became a public thing. And so that that panic and that frustration, and it just like made me mad all over again. Like it's straight bull.
If you've been keeping up with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, then you already know tensions have been there behind the scenes, from awkward moments during filming to those shady glances exchanged at the reunion taping. Something was clearly off. Fans have also been picking up on Kendra Robinson's cryptic Instagram posts lately. Quotes about loyalty, truth always coming to light, and one that simply read, "Never again." People started speculating. Was she throwing shots at young Jock, or was it about someone else entirely? Then Jock showed up to the set looking real uncomfortable, like he knew something was about to blow. And sure enough, it did. Out of nowhere, a DNA test result came into play, and it didn't just cause drama, it confirmed the one thing Kendra was hoping would never come out on camera. Turns out, while Jock was preparing to marry Kendra, he was also out here fathering a baby Kendra didn't know about. Now the truth's out, the cast is reacting, and Kendra is done. But how did we get here? And why is everyone pointing fingers at Kendra Robinson? Let's rewind.
I totally understand where my wife is coming from. I'd be upset too. But you cannot continue to weaponize this marriage by threatening divorce, because I'm truly trying to win at this thing called marriage. I don't want to see all this hard work and effort go to waste because we weren't effective at de-escalating issues and solving problems and just getting back to us.
For a while, Kendra Robinson and young Jock looked like they were finally in a good place. Their social media told a whole different story than what fans saw on Love and Hip Hop. But if you looked a little closer, the cracks were showing. Kendra's usual energy around certain castmates started shifting. She didn't post much with Scrappy anymore, even though they used to be tight. A few fans caught that she skipped tagging him in birthday posts, and when she did show up at events, her body language was stiff. You could feel the distance. Then came the weird energy at cast meetups. Backstage, you'd catch glimpses of Kendra and Scrappy barely acknowledging each other, the kind of awkwardness that doesn't come from nothing. Producers tried to brush it off, but people close to the cast started whispering. Something had gone down. Scrappy, on the other hand, seemed on edge during tapings. Usually laid back, he was now quiet during scenes with Kendra, like he was holding something in. Nobody knew what, but something was building. Then came the anonymous message, one that landed straight in Scrappy's lap and blew the lid off everything. Scrappy was at home when he got the text that read, "You need to see this, it's about Kendra." Attached was a single PDF file. He opened it and paused. It was a lab report, certified DNA test results, his name, a child's name, and a clear conclusion. Scrappy is the biological father. The dates lined up right around the time of a cast reunion taping months ago. One night, a lot of the cast was hanging out after the shoot. Scrappy remembered being there, but not the full night. At the time, it didn't seem serious, just another cast link-up. But the DNA test told a completely different story. Shock doesn't even begin to describe how Scrappy felt. All this time, the baby existed, and now he was being told it was his. But the bigger question, how was Kendra involved, and why hadn't she said anything?
She just kind of started going left really fast. This could be embarrassing. So I'm just gonna walk away for a second. I wanna keep my composure. You got my kids, so you got family here, you got other people, so let's just keep it cool, you know what I'm saying?
Mona Scott set up a low-key mixer, more of a peacemaking dinner than a filming event. The cameras weren't supposed to roll. The vibe was chill, casual drinks, soft music, a few cast members invited to keep things low-key. Kendra showed up early, sipping her drink like nothing was wrong. Then Scrappy walked in. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't mingling. He had the DNA results in his hand, and he walked straight up to Kendra. She didn't say much. That's when Jock walked in, completely unaware. He saw the tension and tried to lighten the mood. "Y'all good?" he asked, laughing at first. Scrappy turned to him, looked him dead in the eye. That's when Jock's face changed. As soon as the words, "What baby?" hit the air, Jock's whole behavior changed. He didn't wait for an answer. He just turned and walked out the room. Kendra followed right behind him, leaving her drink behind. You could hear her voice echoing from outside, soft, panicked. She was trying to explain, but Jock wasn't having it. Tearful doesn't even begin to describe her tone. She was begging him to let her talk, but he just kept saying the same thing over and over. I stood by you and you lied to me every single day. Inside, things got real messy real fast. Yandy pulled out her phone, already filming. Girl, this is wild, she whispered. Rashida? Already texting the tea to a couple blog editors. Even though cameras weren't supposed to be rolling, phones definitely were. Within 24 hours, the footage leaked. It started small, a blurry clip on someone's IG story, but by the next morning, it had exploded. TikTok users started reenacting the moment Jock found out. Some even lip-synced his reaction word for word. On Twitter, the story was trending under Kendra Babygate. Everyone was weighing in. Fans were stunned that Kendra had managed to keep something this big a secret. Others dragged Jock for missing the signs. Memes popped up everywhere. A person commented saying, Jock has been getting clowned for cheating for years, and now Kendra flipped the whole script. Another one added, y'all remember when she said she was ride or die? The girl rode straight into a secret baby scandal. A third user wrote, that walkout was the most peaceful thing Jock ever did. Growth looks good on him. But just when we thought the tea had been fully spilled, a new video surfaced that confirmed everything.
You gonna reap what you sow.
Hold on, I came to you and I told you.
You got some good harvest coming out the ground.
You gonna let me
partner.
finish? I don't like the threats.
It's not, it's a promise.
Okay, well,
it's a promise.
Days later, another anonymous leak hit the internet. This time, security camera footage. It showed a woman, hood up, mask on, walking into a hospital maternity ward. The timestamp matched up with the baby's birth certificate. And while the woman's face wasn't fully clear, those who knew Kendra could tell it was her. She was alone. And the name she signed in with? Not her own. She used a fake last name. The footage didn't catch everything, but it was enough that leak sent the producers into a full meltdown. They immediately set up an emergency taping. All three, Kendra, Jock, and Scrappy, were required to show up. This wasn't something they could sweep under the rug anymore. This wasn't going to be another sit down. This was about to be a televised paternity showdown. Mona wasn't playing. She booked a luxury Airbnb spot for the taping. Not a studio. A high-end living room setup with velvet couches, warm lighting, and full security on site. Everyone knew tensions could explode. Kendra walked in first, face composed but clearly shaken. Scrappy came next, not saying a word. Then Jock arrived, late and stone-faced. He didn't even look at Kendra. He sat down, arms crossed, jaw tight. A second DNA test was set up, this time on camera. A certified nurse was brought in to swab both Scrappy and the baby. Kendra sat there, silent, eyes on the floor. It was tense. Nobody said much until the test was over. Then Jock broke the silence. You cheated, you lied, and you had a whole child behind my back. Kendra's voice cracked as she tried to respond, but Jock cut her off. He had nothing left to say. Scrappy didn't look at either of them. The room was heavy, and now all they could do was wait. The next day, the entire cast returned to the same Airbnb. The energy was tense. Mona stood at the front, holding the sealed envelope. She opened it slowly, glanced down, and read it straight. The DNA confirms Scrappy is the biological father. No one moved for a second. Then Jock let out a short, bitter laugh. He didn't say much, just stood up, looked around, and said, y'all got your answer. Kendra opened her mouth to speak, but Jock didn't let her get a word out. I want peace. He walked off set, hard steps, no second glance. The door slammed behind him. Scrappy just sat there, no expression, no reaction. It was as if he was still trying to process the weight of it all. Kendra broke down, head in hands, shoulders shaking. Not for the cameras, not for drama, just a woman watching her life unravel in front of everyone. Mona looked around the room and said the quiet part out loud. This isn't just reality TV anymore. This is real life. But is this truly the end or just the beginning of another twisted love and hip-hop chapter? Well, here we are. After all the hints, all the whispers, and all the cryptic posts, the truth is finally out. Kendra's lie wasn't just about a one-night mistake. It was a full-on betrayal that played out over months, maybe longer. Scrappy's reveal hit like a freight train. He wasn't looking to start drama, but now he's tied to a situation that's way deeper than just baby daddy headlines. And then there's Jock's heartbreak. Say what you want about him, but this time he really didn't see it coming. The way he left silent, no theatrics, said everything. Meanwhile, fans are still trying to catch their breath. TikTok's been flooded with edits showing Jock's reaction in slow motion. Twitter's full of memes, and the comment sections packed with people saying Jock needs to cut ties, hit the gym, and glow up for real this time. The biggest question now, will Joe come back next season? Will Scrappy step up as a father and co-parent with Kendra? And will Kendra finally tell the full story on her own terms? We've seen a lot of Love and Hip Hop, but this one is different. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Kendra deserves another chance? Or is Jokey done for good? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell because this story is far from over.